Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for Monday, the 12th of December, 2022. So last week, I made a rant about meeting up with some of my clanmates in this computer game that I'm playing called Diablo Immortal. I was on a high from it. I've been on a high from it ever since, really. And one of my mates actually reached out to say that that was the happiest I've sounded in quite some time, which kind of took me aback, to be honest. I don't intend to sound miserable in these Monday morning rants, but these Monday morning rants serve a purpose, and that is it's like therapy for me to get shit off my chest on a Monday morning every week. I find it absolutely cathartic and a great way for me to start my week each week. So, um, yeah, life is full of ups and downs, right? And this last weekend, the shit totally hit the fucking fan. And um, it's it's a little bit of deja vu, actually. This particular game that we're playing, the devs by design have created a game where they've united a whole bunch of Australian and Oceanic, actually, but mostly Australian players together that choose to play the same game. We're all enjoying it. Well, that's the intention, right? Is like you play games to have fun. And we're all on the same server running around and killing demons and shit. And for a lot of people, that's stress relief. But one of the major game mechanics is that it's called Diablo Immortal. And the idea is that you want to lead your clan to immortality. And in essence, being an immortal means that you're at the top of the server. You're the best players on the server. And we go to war twice a week. And the funny thing about the wars is they only last a few minutes uh, at a time. So we spend some of us spend 4 or 5 hours in the game a day. But for some reason, the wars themselves are what make people blow up. Um, from experience, from previously being in a clan where they were pretty dead serious and competitive about coming first. The leaders in that clan were pretty fucking hardcore. At one point, the leader cheated in order to win, and the footage was recorded and uploaded to Reddit, and the guy copped a shit ton of hate on Reddit and in the game chat as well, and it just got to him so bad that he quit the game entirely. And no one deserves that kind of flaming, and especially from Reddit. I've said it time and time again, but Reddit is a really toxic place. Um, and then the second clan that I moved to were the number one clan on the server. And at some stage, we did become immortal. And the leader of that clan was someone that I truly respected. And he played a very political game. But as soon as we started losing a few wars, and he also lost a bit of time from playing the game because he was organizing stuff in real life, like a wedding and shit. He started to lose it as a leader. And to be a leader is it's just it just requires someone to a special kind of person that doesn't allow life to get in the way. And that's what a strong leader is. In my opinion, a strong leader is someone who rises above all of that shit and just manages to stay true to the main goal. I know that people are only human, but that's probably why leaders are superhuman. You know, a good leader is someone that doesn't fall apart, doesn't run away from shit. When shit hits the fan, they're responsible for uh, having a fucking woosah moment and just not reacting, and just dealing with things professionally. And so when shit hit the fan with the leader of the clan that I'm in right now, the previous leader, he decided to, instead of sinking, he decided to swim, right? And another guy was appointed leader, a new member to the clan too. So it wasn't even put to a vote, where every other little thing was put to the community to vote on, like true politics. For some reason, he appointed a new person to the clan as leader without putting it to the vote. Like the most important thing to actually vote on, we didn't vote on. So I've stuck around in this clan under this new leader, and I've from the very start I had personal messages with him because I put in a fair bit of time to build up this community on Discord, and so with this new leader, I made sure that he knew that I was there, and that I really valued the community that I was helping to build. And I told him from the very start that he had humongous shoes to fill, but he was really determined to fill those shoes. And he's done a great job, but he's played the game that the developers want us to play, and that is to pit us against each other. And that's just it's a fucking political game if you want to make it that way, right? Like I said, like I choose to spend hours in it just fucking around, and because I've nurtured this amazing community of people, and I'm talking about a real community too, guys. Like people have come out of the woodwork and have felt comfortable enough to share selfies of themselves, and some members have even shared newborn babies and their pets, the food they're eating, their hobbies, jokes and memes. And we have one lady who writes erotic stories, and she's sharing them as well in the not safe for work section. I share my photography there as well, and it's just a really fucking awesome group of mature people who are kids at heart. And there's nothing better than an active community that we're all playing the same game. So it's like when we're in the game, we're chatting. Like when I hop on in the morning, and one of the clan members will say good morning, and everyone's saying good morning, it's a fucking good start to the day. And coming from games where that wasn't a thing, I really enjoy it. And I love it that people are sharing with each other. It's not about showing off. It's like in the hobbies thread, I've posted my cars there, my guitars, whatever else. I'd hate for people to think that I'm showing off. I'd still like to look at it as I'm sharing my life with people. And when people do the same, when people share their lives, it makes me feel good. I really enjoy getting to know the people that I choose to game with for hours a day, every day. But yeah, the developers are the way the game's designed is that they're pitting us against each other. And it's really interesting that anyone would feel bad vibes or jealousy or hate for somebody else just because they're in another clan or just because they're immortals. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. So the current leader has an officer, uh, and they're pretty tight, those two. And I, at some point, put my hand up to go from being just the community leader to being an officer as well. I never thought I would, but then when I did, I thought, I think it's time that I take some responsibility again in life. You know, I have run so many communities in the past, and I know, like, I'm very well aware of all the dramas that come with it. Um, and for the longest time, I've avoided it. But I also feel like I'm getting my shit together lately, and I I've been running. I've been running away from shit, and I don't know if it's a fucking guy thing or what. I tend to think it is. It is. It's like there's been so many times in my life where uh, men in my life, guys, business partners, and people who've been running these communities with me, when shit hits the fan, something about fucking guys, they just fucking run away from it all. It's not cool, and so back on topic. Myself and another guy who puts just as much time into the community, but in other ways. He carries people through harder content, and it's good for the clan because if you're carrying people through harder stuff, they're ranking up, they're getting materials that they need to upgrade their gear and stuff, and that benefits the clan as a whole. So he reached out to me, this other guy, who he's an officer as well, and we just had an open discussion one day about how maybe our hard work is being undermined due to leadership. And um it's a tough one because our leadership was they put everything into the wars that we have twice a week. We've been the number one clan on the server for some time, the number one shadow clan, and we're still in the top 10. And I would say it's gone from semi-competitive to quite fucking competitive. And I'm talking about hardcore spreadsheets that track every player. There's like 100 players, right, in the clan. That's the max number that we can have. And these spreadsheets are tracking attendance to wars and statistics, how much damage people are doing, how much damage they did in the war, whether they did damage or none at all. And it was getting to a point where if someone missed a couple of wars or three or so wars, they were in threat of being booted off the clan entirely. And none of this actually sits well with me because life gets in the way at times. Most of the people in the clan have families, children, families, all of that shit. It's meant to be a fucking mobile phone game. It's a casual game at most. And it doesn't really make any sense to me for us to take the game so fucking seriously. Um, the other thing is that the strongest clans on the server that become immortals, these guys have spent in excess of 10, 20, $30,000 on the game to be the strongest players on the server. We don't have anyone in our clan that has spent that kind of money. So the bottom line is that our clan will never become immortal on our own. We'd have to align with another clan that does have some humongous fucking whales that have spent tens of thousands of dollars. We'd have to be carried by them literally to get there. So it's a really, really hard realization that on our own, we can't even get to immortality. So then you have to ask, what is the point of being so fucking serious about the wars? Because we are not competitive. So the leader and his wingman, the other officer, um, the other officer is somewhat a spy for the clan, and I've labeled him as that. He insists that in order to win wars, it's super important to do what he does for the clan, which is basically brown nosing all the other clan leaders and trying to extract as much information as he can about the tactics and who's aligning with who and what's happening. It's again, it's all fucking political, and I've been pretty black and white about it. I've come out and said that I don't value any of that shit. Like I just feel like if someone that represents us is going out there trying their best to uh listen in on the rumors and all of this kind of strategic stuff, it potentially could give us a really bad name on the server in that we could be seen as being untrustable, and that would undermine all of the hard work that we have done to create a really friendly and active community of really awesome human beings, right? One rotten egg can ruin it for the lot of us. So um the other officer that does put in all the time to help carry people in the game and stuff like that, he voiced some concerns, and then it got to a point where he decided to step down as officer, and that was the exact moment where shit hit the fan, because the leaders of our clan didn't know why he was stepping down. And in some ways I really wish that he explained why he was stepping down, because it's also it's also really unfair to the leaders to be left in the dark like that. I'll tell you how fucking serious it got, right? So the leader of our clan took it so bad that he it felt to him like it was heartbreak, and he got so fucking stressed out that he had to have a nature walk with his wife to discuss stuff, and then discuss his family life and time versus gaming time, and that it was out of balance. And he reached out to me, and just he was pretty helpless. He felt that way, and he was in a pretty dark place. And I tried my best to kick him in the butt, really, basically, and just say that, dude, it's just a game, and all of this it's not real. And that if he was to make any rash decisions right now, it would just be reacting. And those who know reacting is not fucking cool. Reacting usually ends up in regret, right? Like you need to fucking sleep on shit. We're all adults here. A lot of us are in our 40s, some even older, and we're not kids anymore. So he um he brought up he brought up that he wanted to give me leadership, and multiple times I said no. It's not what I want. I do not want to be the leader of this clan. I mean, it's just I know what comes with it. I've seen it in this game alone. I've seen people blow out, never to return. And my last message to him was no, please just sleep on it, and I do not want leadership. And a few minutes later he hopped on the clan Discord, made an announcement tagging every single member of our clan to say that effective immediately he is stepping down as leader, and he put me up as leader. And that was on Saturday night. So Viv was staying over on Saturday night, and we were just hanging on the couch when that news came in. I was so fucking shocked. Hey, like I was just um V- Viv could tell the vibe. My vibe just went from from normal me to fucked up me, and she was quite shocked at it as well. Like she couldn't believe how upset I was. She couldn't quite understand it. I mean, I don't think many people would understand it. It's a fucking computer game, right? We're meant to be having fun in there. So in some ways, it was good to have her there because if she wasn't there, I think I would have really fucking lost my shit. And she helped, if anything, she helped me to try to remember that this is not real. This is a computer game. It's like, it's not worth getting so fucking emotional about. But at the same time, I couldn't help it, man. I was fucking stressed as fuck. So so initially I was shocked, and then like anything, man, when you break up with someone or whatever, it turns from like fucking heartache and heartbreak, and then next thing you turn it into anger, right? Because anger fucking helps you get over shit. So I think the morning after, I was just fucking angry. I was angry that I didn't want this leadership role, and I was given it anyway. And that didn't last too long, though. I I got over that, and then just realized, well, it is what it is. It was a new day. It was Sunday, the morning after. I sent out an announcement to the clan to let them know that I didn't want the leadership role and that I will be looking for a new leader. Um, I, at some point, then spent over an hour talking to the other leader, the other officer that it was co-leading the clan, and I was just brutally blunt and honest as I am with that guy, and it was a good chat. I really appreciated it. I think he really appreciated. He said multiple times that from what he knows of me, that I'm a straight shooter, and that's just the way it is with me. And he appreciated that. And I just told him there's no place for a spy in this clan. I just don't believe in it. And even though I was going to hand over leadership, it's gotten to a point where a fair few people have reached out to me in private to say congratulations on being the leader, and that they're there for me if I need any help at all. There's just been so much fucking support. Like there hasn't been one single person that's reached out with anything negative. There's even been excitement, and even some of the strongest players from other clans, the leaders from other clans, have reached out to me as well with nothing but support. And all of that has truly helped. It's truly helped. Like I don't feel alone in this. Um, I mean, shit's falling apart, but at the same time, I have support there. So it's calmed me down a whole lot to a point where whilst I am leader, I might actually make a few changes while I can. And I'm 50-50 about it, but I'm starting to think that maybe I can lead this thing. Maybe this opportunity was a gift, and I think I do want to look at it that way. I've been here before. It's it's ended up in flames multiple times. Um, but I think if anything, I have the time and the energy to do this. Out of all people, financially, I'm stable. I don't have anything that resembles a full-time job. I really enjoy the game, and even more so, I enjoy the community that I'm a part of, and I love putting the energy into the community to make it grow. So, um, going forwards, it's going to be interesting because I think a whole lot of people will leave. The previous leader, the leaders, they've not only stepped down, they've actually left the clan. Which again, I do not understand. Why would you leave such a beautiful group of human beings? It's not necessary. You don't have to fucking run so hard, man. Like, just doesn't make sense to me. And none of that looks good, because people don't know the whole situation. So all they see is like, oh fuck. In what feels like overnight, for whatever reason, they don't know. Our clan leader and co-leader have decided to fuck off, basically. So does that mean there's problems, and does that mean it's the end? And why is everybody leaving? And um, I suppose I just have to pick up the shit, and I'm working on changing the focus for the clan from a semi-competitive political, playing the fucking political game, to a clan that is in essence focused on building a community of like-minded people who enjoy playing the game and who are interested in actually being friends. As cheesy as that fucking sounds, man, I can tell you that when I met two of my clanmates in real life, it turned gaming into a reality, right? Like, gaming is this virtual thing that I've said it before, like, you can have all the fucking achievements that you can rack up in a game, but it's nothing. It's nothing you can physically show. It's, we people come and go from games. And I've been involved in multiple gaming communities where at some point people stop playing the game. But it's like relationships in real life. It's like I'm friends with most of my exes. I don't understand why you would date someone because you became great friends and you became even better friends in a relationship. Just because you break up, why would you not be friends with them anymore? It seems like an awful lot to throw away. So yeah, I'm trying not to be heavy about it, but it's a heavy job. The first day on the job, we went to war and we fucking lost. And not a great first day in the office. Not a great first day in the hot seat, right? Um, but I know things will be okay. I need to calm my tits down and then work on calming everybody else down. And at some point today, hopefully, that's my intention, is to write up a proper announcement to talk about the new direction that I would like to take the clan in, being putting the community first and the politics last. And some people are not going to be happy about it, and we're probably going to lose a whole lot of people that do want to become immortal. But the problem with that as well is that a lot of our players are free to play. They don't put money into the game. I just don't see how an immortal clan would take on people that just want to be immortals, but their statistics and spend in the game is so low. So it's gotten to that point. The game has gotten to a point where the strongest players in the game are the ones that have spent the most money. We are a clan primarily of people that haven't spent money. And so, yeah, it just does not make sense to me to take war so seriously in this game. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I feel like I've got a shit ton on my plate, but again, it's just baby steps, right? Like baby steps. It's also a really fucked time of the year in that it's crazy time. It's December. People are going to be playing less anyway. So who knows? It could be a blessing. that it's that weird time of year anyway. I'm meant to be shooting Julio at. He's got a recording studio deal today out at Liverpool, and I just can't. I can't do it in my current state, in the vibe that I'm in. I don't want to fucking go there and be a downer. He's recording a fucking album, so I just don't think that the vibe is right for me to go, and so I'm pulling out of that today. I get the keys to my apartment in a couple of days from now, and I've got to do final inspection, I think, on Wednesday. So I've got shit on my plate, man. I've got stuff to do. Um I've got to move house. And again, this time of year, it's okay. I think, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. So yeah, that's my rant. I do feel better that I've, because I was kind of thinking, fuck, I can't wait for Monday morning rant for me to just get shit out. And then I started to worry. I don't want the people that I'm talking about. They're gonna, if they listen to this, they're gonna know that I'm talking about them. And I fucking hate that if someone was to be upset about that. I try not to mention names ever, because if when I have, it's gotten me into trouble. But I still have to do me, right? Like I need this. I need my Monday morning rants as an outlet for me to get shit off my chest. And yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's fucking heavy, and I'm trying my best to not uh feel the pressure. Focus back on the people reaching out that are saying that I have their full support. I really appreciate that. But yeah, it is about just like making sure I don't let this uh fuck me over as well. Like I don't want to quit the game, and I don't want to leave this community. And it's definitely worth saving. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Um I hope everyone has a fucking good week, right? Like I really hope I do too. Baby steps. And on that note, I shall catch you guys in the next one. See yous.